Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we are going to be flipping through the entire 2022 bullet journal that I used this year for my reading journal. And as you can see, it is very, very chunky, and well, actually I don't think you can see, but there we go. I'm going to flip through all of this. So I'm going to try and not say too much, but go into a little bit here and there. I managed to read 208 books out of the 200 I had as my original goal, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Very, very happy to have reached my goal. I will be slowing down in the year of 2023, so if you haven't seen my current setup for that, you'll find out what my Goodreads challenge goal is for that in that video, and it will be linked below. Here is my top 22 of 2022. These two, spoiler alert, are first place. I couldn't really choose between either of them, so I didn't. But the rest of them are all books that I really enjoyed this year. I had 44 5-star reads, so it was really challenging to pick which ones to put into the top 22. I didn't use this page, it wasn't very helpful for me, so it's not in my new setup. Here is my bookshelves completed with the ladder that moved on that first page. There's nothing on the second page, and that is where we ended up on the third page. And also I've completed the Days Red Pixel. I really enjoy seeing the trends that form on this and look forward to using it in this new year. Here is the old series tracker that didn't work in the end, and I have since updated for 2023. Very happy with how that's looking. In the end, I did utilize this page. If you've watched my other flip throughs, you would know that it was only like this. And I have gone ahead and added in all this recently and filled it all in. You'll notice that 2 are not filled in. That's the only thing I haven't completed in this journal. I have to go through and count them. I forgot to count them off camera, and I just don't want to waste battery time trying to figure that out. So when I was filling it in, I just left them, and I will come back to that. But everything else is filled in. Here is my DNF library. I only DNF'd 9 books this year. First list of arcs. Learned from that and made several pages all in one section for that. Here is the owned TBR that, if you've watched my flip throughs, you would know that I complained about this one as well, and have since changed up for going ahead from here. My rereads page and an author's collection page. Like I said, I'm going to link the flip through for 2023's bullet journal lineup for my reading journal, because you'll see how things have changed. And my 2 challenges for the year I managed to complete, which were the A to Z challenge and 22 books in 2022. So I'm very happy about that. Moving into January, each month is sort of the same, has a theme. Back here I used to not have a cohesive theme, so this was sort of based off of Folk of the Air series by Holly Black, but then the quote is actually from The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, so it didn't really match together. And this was the original way the monthly view looked, and it definitely changed over the year. And my usual page for TBR and prompts. Again, this one has similar changes, but not too much. And then this was the old way I had my reading log. So that's sort of the basis or the foundation from where we started. I always have a collage at the end of each month. Now let's see how that changes. Moving into February, theme was The Wicked King by Holly Black, and this time I used the appropriate quote, and it went well with the fact that this book here that was my top read for February was about pirates, so very well done for me to have a very nautical theme or mermaid theme here. Again, just going to flip through these pages a little bit faster now because they'll all seem very much the bit of repetition as we go through. I participated in Pharaoh Feb or Pharaoh Feb. And here was the list of books I read for that. And here's March. I really did like this colour theme. I really liked the watercolour paper, it was really pretty. And I really like bold colours, so it was a very nice theme to use. And this, I think, was the last month with this reading log setup. I think I changed after this month. Moving on to April. And this paper made me think of The Young Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, so that's the quote. And very different monthly view from when we started out. I actually ended up putting my social media tracker in here for what I was posting on Instagram, and for a while that worked, but I haven't utilized it for a while now. And here is the new layout for the reading log, and I've continued this through to 2023. I quite like it. And again with the collage and my printer playing up that time, so I ended up with very weird looking printout. And a nautical theme for May. I really loved the ropey font. I thought it was so much fun. And the one and only time I try to do pie charts, and I won't do them again. And here is one of the readathons I took part in. It was the Becker's 48-hour book hoplathon, and that's how much I achieved in that time. Here is the second ARCs list that I created, and I need to go through and quickly tick. Oh no, actually they're moving over into 2023, so they are not done yet. The next page was book friend birthdays, and I don't feel comfortable sharing them online. June was my birthday month, and I went with this very simple theme, and I added the word favourite in there to go with the quote that was already on that paper. This was one of the weaker months of the year for me. I didn't have a very good time reading this month, which was a bit of a shame. And then into the stats. I think this was when I very first started changing the stats to doing it a bit like this, where it was a bit more cohesive. Was it this one? Oh, it was the first one was with the pie chart, that's right. And then this is the way I sort of liked it from here out. And then I had some more pages that I added in here. I didn't end up using this one. I didn't really use this tracker for author collection. Moving into July. Really liked this theme. The colours are really pretty. And I got to utilize some stamps. Really liked the big bold headers as well. And this is when I tried to use star stamps. I was on the hunt for the perfect star stamp that would fit in the box, and I ended up creating stickers, so that was a bit of a waste of time. And then August, again I really liked this one as well. I forgot to mention that some of the themes for the other ones, but this was Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore, the theme for this one. And we've got a second quote here. I tried to use stickers for the first time with my Cricut, but I didn't really enjoy how they turned out. Oh no, actually I cut those out myself, sorry. And here's the stickers that I used for my 5 stars, and I've used them since. And then I think this is my favourite month in the journal, or one of them. This is when I very first changed to doing the collage themes for each month. So this one was Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and also Defy the Night by Bridget Kimmermere. They both had sequels coming out that month, and so I used this theme and I just loved it so much. I loved the font, loved the quote. That one's from Defy the Night, and the colour scheme was just really lovely. I can't remember if this was the first time I put the social media. I don't think I did. I moved it a while ago, but I tried it down here for a while, and again it still didn't work. I also tried to do a book releases date. It didn't really work out for me. I think I'm going to try it again though. Social media I just track on Notion now, so I don't have it in here. I took part in Becca's book oplathon for September, and I managed to complete all the prompts. I'm not very happy with how this page turned out, but from where you're seeing it looks alright, but up close it's very messy. And then moving on through to October, oh no, sorry, again, a page that I didn't really utilize. I track that on digitally now. I had my first year of Bookstagram anniversary, so I just made this little page. It was very quick and just filling a gap, so it's not the greatest. Then moving on to October, and again I went with that collage theme that's continued on, and I really enjoyed doing it. And this one was for the Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I absolutely loved this series, this book, and so I decided to do it for the month of October, sort of a witchy read. And then I also printed these headers out on Halloween paper. I really liked how this one came together. I took part in the Bookish Spookathon readathon by my friend on Instagram and managed to complete all 8 prompts. And here is another quote, and I really liked the headings here for the reading log. Moving into November, my theme was Book Lovers by Emily Henry, one of my favourite reads of the year and was my favourite romance of the year, and I really enjoyed putting this together. This was the one I filmed when I was stuck in bed injured, so it was a very quick and easy put together. So it's not the most prettiest theme, but I do like how it looks in the end. And then moving on to the final month, which was December, and my theme, or the collage, was Inner Holidays by Christina Lauren, which I read last year, or when you're seeing this it'll be 2023, so I read it in 2021, and I really loved the read. I had so much fun making these headers. It's actually metallic pen that changes from red to black, and I enjoyed all the washi tape, and the craft paper looked really cool against the 3 main colours of the month. I really had fun with this theme. This would be my second favourite. And we've got the readathon that I took part of in December as well, and I managed to do all 8 again. I was very impressed with myself. I unfortunately didn't finish my TBR overall though, and that was a struggle for most months, and so that's something I really want to focus on in 2023. I was never going to be able to do this because I only got the book yesterday, and that was the 31st of December, so that was never going to happen. But I just couldn't get into the mood to pick up Defend the Dawn. Otherwise I would have done really well to have finished it. And I didn't read any arcs this month, and I managed to get through all my buddy reads except for the one that I wrote down, but I did actually do 4 still. I just didn't write down the last one. And I also managed to do all my prompts because I tried to do both at the same time. It was the first month. It was a very ambitious month, and I managed to do it. I'm very impressed with myself. However, I only got through 11 books in December, and it was the shortest month of the year and also the worst reading month. I only had 1 5-star rating, and then the rest was all sort of middle ground ratings, and a few 2 and, well, a couple 2 and 2.5 stars. So flipping over to the stats page, and then finally I did a book bracket very late at night one night. It's not the neatest looking one, but I'm glad that I ended up putting it in here so I can look back at it at a later date. And that ends the flip through of this book. So now I can put this on the shelf as read and used and everything. Thank you so much for spending some time with me while we flipped through this. I'm so excited for 2023 to happen in my blackout reading journal, and yeah, hopefully it'll be easier to set up now because it got really thick towards the end, and I am finding the challenges of the black paper interesting, but I'm excited to see where it will go with this. So if you want to see more from me, if you have not subscribed already, please make sure that you do, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye everyone.